people really got to think about these things. Okay. Now,
OSETURA, right? OSETURA also recommends people to avoid, especially I guess this is going against men or advice to men. But OSETURA says to avoid sexist behavior towards women.
Oh boy!
Now that is really bad. That goes against a lot of things that goes on in the Orisha and Ifa community. That's especially on Facebook. You know.
Yes, it's really bad. It's sad. Yeah, it's very sad. Really it's very bad because, and then some of these people that are just actually misbehaving, and I mean they're totally acting contrary to the principles of Ifa. Especially the Odu of OSETURA that speaks so highly of women, that women should not degrade women and, say certain things to women. I've had people, in this walk of life, say the worst things to me, do the worst, put lewd, mischievous pictures. I mean, they just do everything. They treat me like I'm Michelle Obama. They just they call me a monkey and all this.
Yeah. Oh well, hey, I've been called the same name that President Obama. I've been called the same name President Obama has been called, terrorist.
Oh my goodness! Oh wow! Oh please don't mention the T word. Oh my God! But they, so we have these people that are being very, very, very disrespectful, and I got it on different levels. And then the thing about it, if I question. Mind you, listen to this. Either myself or Ayaba, if we question something and our says, all of a sudden we're being disrespectful. But how can you stay there and swallow everything? No, you have to use your common sense and say, listen. If I could see Orisha Odu on somebody's shelf, or on the floor in somebody's house, or wherever they have it in their shrine room, or wherever they have it.
Or you're married to a Babalawo. Right. Or you're married to a Babalawo that have Orisha Odu in the house with you.
Okay.
Hello?
So what you're supposed to do? And of course, they like to domesticate
and it's still
the
in
women.
my house.
So the women go, no. The women go and take care of their husband's Ifa. They go take care of their husband's Ifa. They go take care of their husband's Orisha. They go take care of everything. And when the women go take care of these things, what they're going to just ease by Orisha Odu like she don't exist? Tell me, please. Inquiring minds need to know.
I got a reading. I want to say this. I got a reading some years ago by a very well-known Araba that was here in Florida. And He initiated my daughter's father 20 years ago, which is my ex-husband. And in my reading, it said that I had to give an offering to Orisha Odu. You hear what I said?
I heard you.
Odu. So
I heard you.
So he left and went back to Nigeria. And I'm here, and I'm asking my ex, that time we was married, well, who am I giving this offering to? How do I give this offering? So he told me just put your offering in the plate and put it by the door, because he kept all his orishas and stuff, which is still there, in the closet in the hallway. So I said, okay. So I put it there. So he said, no. You get down and you pray to Orisha Odu and you give the offering and let it stay. And then come back later and take it away. Now.
Wow. Wow. That's all I can say. Because with all this mystery behind the womb of creation and women and children is either, is a lot of a lot of ignorance.
Very much. Even down to Christianity, I want to hit on that for a second. You know, I feel sorry for some of the women that let some of the Christian philosophy keeps them underneath the toenail of a lot of male domination. Common, like you said, common sense in Genesis, where it talks about, God created man, then created a woman out of the rib of man. But what they still miss is that God put man to sleep when He created the woman. So woman is always going to be a mystery to a man. So when the man
but why they
woke
want
up
women to be but why is it that they want women to be a mystery to themselves? You understand me? Why should we be?
Well, they want women to be submissive. Okay. Because back to that Genesis, when the man woke up, the woman was not asleep. She was standing over him, looking at him. So meaning that she, the woman, saw the face of God. Woman saw the face of Olodumare. The woman has something.
Yeah, because
the woman is closer to God than man.
In this sign, it speaks of the representation of the vital spirit that is received with the breath of life itself. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And this sign also talks about backwardness, when things were done out of order. And what did the male Iromale do that was backward? They wanted only a certain aspect of creation to be there and to keep the feminine principle out. And that would not work. It wouldn't work. That's why the feminine principle was placed in the midst of it in the first place. And you see, so this is where we are with that.
Well, even look back in our society. Scientists been trying to birth babies out of test tubes. Remember the test tube babies? That was to get rid of the womb.
There was a guy, transsexual, that had that was pregnant. I never even followed it to find out if he actually got the baby.
And it done had it had another child too. Yeah.
Because, okay. So
she was originally a woman. She was originally a woman, but she didn't she didn't have the other, or she didn't have her womb and whatnot taken out.
So, but no, it was it was a transgender or you know, they say hermaphrodite, you know, where they have two sex organs, okay. And at one point she was living as a bearded man, you know, it was a man. The male aspect was prevalent, and then he started taking the hormones, and his womb and everything was intact. So that's how he was able to. So they removed the penis, and you know, reconstruct the vagina, and that's how he was able to, you know, to have a baby. I think the baby was. Yeah, I think the baby was artificially inseminated, not through sex. I gotta look for it. It's, you know, we had it discussing. We discussed it. I don't remember if it was in the Yahoo groups or if we were discussing it on Ning or wherever it is that we were discussing it. But you know, it was somewhere. I think maybe it's in my group self. Maybe it's in Ifa Orisha Egun Talks on Facebook. And you know, for the listening audience, you've been listening to True Talks with OFAE, sponsored by American Ifa Fafa, and also our groups on Facebook that have the same name, Ifa Orisha Egun Talks. We have Ifa Orisha Egun People Worldwide. We have Ifa Women's Advancement Project. We have, you know, Ifa Friends, and we have so many groups. We have Movement of Odu, several groups that you can go on. You can get to listen to and partake in discussions that talk about our way of life, our flaws, and not just our flaws, but things that we can do to change our, those flaws, make them
better.
Well,
you got to know what's wrong in order to fix it.
That's right. Talks about these odus. We discuss odus a lot. We have the different egg days that tell you about the different aspects of the Orisha. So you can go on. You see Egbe Oshun, Egbe Yamaya, Egbe Oya, Egbe Oba. All of these. You key in the word Egbe first, and one Orisha, and it would pop up. You go in this group, and people share information. You can share information yourself. And, you can read. I'm sure you're going to learn something about what it is these Orishas, the Odus are about, and what this whole way of life is about when we talk about it from a global perspective. Because Ifa and Orisha is basically known worldwide, and we have adherents all over the world, okay? We have very subtle differences between, but all of us go based on the same tenets. We have their deities, they can be called voodoos, or they can be called Orisha, Lewa, all the other different things that you call them. And, we have Olodumare that you call Olodumare, different Maolisa, you can call Olodumare different names. And, we have of course, our ancestors, we call Eguns. And, all of these are the same foundation is everywhere. Don't care what the other side difference is. All those things are the same foundation, no matter what system you go into. The only thing that we, as American Ifafafa, recommend that people get DNA tested at least to begin on this walk, knowing what systems your ancestors, partaked in, what systems they came from. And how do you know that? By the places that your DNA takes you to, okay? And you're looking at, when you're talking about your DNA, you're talking about as far back as you can go, right? So you're talking about as far back as you can go. Your beginnings. You started here, you started there. Your people came from this place. They probably migrated here, and they went there, and they went there.
And you can't find that out in a dream, y'all, okay?
No, you can't really find it out in a dream.
We all can look at pictures. We all can look at pictures and assume that we look like this person, look like that person, but that does not verify that that's your beginning or that's your blood. I know. I've seen people look like me. I mean, and you swear. And some of them actually, when you really trace it, even in my island, some other people that are from different islands, like Montserrat, that's where my father is from. And I've met people that I instinctively knew that they were related to me. And then we start talking, and we start talking about family and calling names and everything, be like, oh, my God, that's my family name. Oh, that's my family name. Oh, my goodness. And then, you go verify it, and, you find out it's second, first, third cousin, whatever cousin. But the DNA test does that for people, because I know a lot of people are searching, and you're trying to find where you actually fit in. And what better way to fit other than where you actually came from before, to learn. And it's not expensive. If they use, I should get some stocks in this. If they use Ancestral.com, they have a much wider, database that can, and they're very inexpensive. They're like, $100? And they have a very huge, wide database that connects you. African Ancestry.com, their database is very short, very small.